Now, rappers don't change, but the people around them definitely do though. This video was inspired by something I saw on Twitter the other day. I'm talking about two tweets I saw from Roddy himself. The tweets that I'm talking about are these ones right here. Niggas only call you when they need you. Who do I call when I need somebody? Ah man, that hit me right in my soul because I can't even lie, I've been feeling like this lately, but we're not talking about me in this video, so let's continue. This whole conversation regarding rappers changing once they get on is an interesting one to me because we've all heard people say that, right? The way I see it though is, in most cases of course, there are exceptions, but in most cases, it's not really the rapper themselves that are changing, it's the people around them who start to change because now they actually have something people want, which is influence, power, status, and most importantly of all, money. It's really crazy how some of the rappers who are on top today were literally nobodies like 2 years ago. I think that's exactly what's making Roddy have somewhat of a chip on his shoulder because everyone who's trying to come around him asking for a handout were the same exact people who walked past him 2 years ago when his plate was empty. We always hear about rappers talking about fake people this, fake people that 24/7. Lil Skies is someone who comes to mind when I think about a rapper who talks a lot about this, but the way I see it is, if a rapper who just got on, you know, he has a couple hits, he's popping now, people know his name. If this guy suddenly starts getting a big head, as in his ego gets inflated because of his success, then he didn't really change. That's who he was at the core, and the money just amplified his true character. So he didn't really change, now he just has a reason to be a dickwad. I'm thinking about someone like Lil Pump when I say this. To a certain extent, I think Pump is definitely somewhat of a made-up character so he can leverage people's attention on social media, but I don't think there's too big of a disconnect between the character Lil Pump and the guy behind Lil Pump. If you're comfortable enough being on camera while you're peeing on money, then a part of you actually wants to do that, which means that's who you are to a certain extent. If your name is Roddy and you've been through a whole lot of hardships, you know, you came from the bottom down below, and the same people who didn't want to give you a hand when you were down all of a sudden start hitting you up asking for a whole bunch of favors when they weren't even present in your struggle, how is that gonna make you feel? I know it would make me question every single person who's trying to come around me after the fact. I have a feeling this is why a lot of young and just rappers in general are so deep into the flexing culture. They want to flaunt all their material possessions and their success as a way to get back at the people who told them early on that they wouldn't make something of themselves. Some people call this petty and immature, but at the end of the day, if that's what keeps them going, then that's all that matters. The issue with this is obviously you're gonna attract the wrong kind of people, aka the kind of people who are now asking Roddy for some favors. Yes, it is inevitable since now you are this famous rapper and the status you have will make people do some questionable things just to try to get around you, but that's of course one of the things that just come with being famous and, you know, being a famous rapper, period. This journey though is gonna be so much easier if you have this one thing, and that is some solid people around you. There's a reason why 95% of rappers are often rolling with at least a couple people when they're out in public. It's not only because strength is in numbers, it's also because the people around them are watching anyone who comes around them very closely just to see what energy they're bringing to the circle. As soon as they see that you want something from the artist, you know, you're approaching them with an agenda to take value, you will not be around that rapper longer than a couple seconds. Trust and believe that. This is why they always talk about how people fake fuck with them just so they can get something. I think a lot of this can be avoided by simply keeping a small circle, not associating yourself with a bunch of industry people, because let me tell you guys this, man. I've heard a lot, okay? A lot of stories about how music industry people are some of the most shady people on this earth. Everyone just simply wants to piggyback off of the next man's connections. So if you are a real person with genuine intentions in the music industry as an artist or let's say a manager, you're gonna be disgusted by some of the things you see going on behind the scenes. But yeah, going back to the Roddy tweets, I'm not surprised that he's feeling this way. And by the way, in his case, everything that I'm talking about in this video is amplified by 1 million because the guy is the hottest rapper in the game. So as he's elevating and getting more and more success, he's also gonna experience a whole lot of fake smiles from fake people who just want one thing, and that's a favor of some sort. I think we all can agree on the fact that in most cases, it's not the rapper who changes, but the rapper is just acting accordingly in response to the people around them changing. What do you think about my take on this? Definitely let me know in the comment section below and let's have a discussion about this.